Hello and welcome back to East 5, where I actually accomplished something this time. Okay, we need to go back into the castle to rescue Stein, because apparently, as good as he is with sword swinging, he can't keep himself out of jail cells. Mind you of anyone we know? But unfortunately, Adol is not physically equipped to punch down the castle, unlike certain other blue-haired assistants we may know. Which reminds me, I don't even know why Dogi was taken out of the story for the SNES version. He's back in the PlayStation 2 version, where he actually even fights alongside you. But sadly, this is not the case here. Swarming with guards is right. Now, this room, I have no idea how to avoid damage in this room. So, I have to do the potion chug. Okay, you can only advance at certain intervals, but I have no idea what they are. And getting hit by rocks is pretty much unavoidable, as you just saw. Thankfully, we don't actually have to fight any boss afterwards. That's just the rockfall trap in front of Stein's cell. You know, why not? You killed a boss for us. Yeah, you'd think Adol was an expert on saving people. Yeah, that's a problem. Well, yeah, the people of Kefin aren't to blame for asshole leaders. As always, it depends on the redhead. This sounds risky. Okay, so time shift the city into the past, get the townsfolk out and crush the stone. Well, one of them gave it to me? That's fair. Anyway, speaking of... Stoker, where have you been, and how did you get here? Stoker is nowhere to be found at the inn. Now, coming up is another point of no return, because, well, I'll just tell you when we get there. Once I find the inn. Maybe it's the place with the sign "Inn" on it. Messiah can do some alchemy for us, but that's not what we need. We need to save, because after we say yes to Orwell is the final point of no return. Everything after you say yes to him has to be done without saving. Yeah, as I've probably said before, East 5 is the first East game where you can't save just anywhere. We didn't agree to anything. Unfortunately, vacuums do not work on Atom. You know, I'm beginning to think Stein is good at that sort of thing. Okay, now I want to actually gain another magic level before I move on. Not for the next boss, but for the bosses after him. accidentally killed that guy with a sword instead of what I meant to kill him with. Why can't I kill people using the right things? That door back there is locked. It doesn't lead to anywhere useful. There we go. That's the magic level I wanted. There's nothing new here enemy-wise. Just the Kefin guards. That I am terrible at stabbing, apparently. Okay. The final of the 3 jerks. Okay, Carrion is an extremely random and unpredictable boss. There are times when I fought him and taken basically no damage because all he did were the easy-to-block sword attacks. And then there are times like this fight. It's sometimes really hard to see what direction his flail is actually going to attack from. Some attacks are completely unblockable and are very good at hitting you from behind. So that's basically why I bought the life drop in the first place. Now, Carrion was not actually a boss in the original concept. His role was filled by a nameless Kefin officer. However, this fight would actually have been with Riz in the original, because Riz was originally a guy and prince to the still living last king of Kefin. Down he goes. I'm gonna need my potions later. Well, this looks ominous. More than a little familiar. Okay, we've shifted Kefin into the past. Just for a little while. while Stoker puts his time travel plan in action, the city of Kefin has been successfully evacuated, but there's a bit of a loose end. Ooh, yeah, that's it. Okay, Adol has his own errand to accomplish in the past. And you know what? Stoker has been a big help to us, so I think it's time for us to do him a solid. You know, it's not often that someone sets up a time travel plan where one of the intentions is to erase oneself from the present. Yeah, in the original concept, it was Jabir who shifted Kefin into the alternate space, so he could continue his some incredibly vicious experiments without being interrupted. Oh dear. Okay, Jabir's clone. He will, put his crystals together, launch some kind of random elemental attack, and you can only hit him once per pass, pretty much. He's not as nearly as ferocious as Carrion was. However, he does use a lot of magic attacks, so you'll want to have kept your magic level up pretty much for this boss, because he can hit pretty hard. He's not all that durable, but he is actually hard to hit, unlike the last wizardly boss we fought. There's really not much to him. And down he goes. Another much needed level for us. And the path behind him is open. So, time to save everybody, finish off Kevin, and save the world as usual in the conclusion of Ys 5.